So, und damit hallo und herzlich willkommen mal zu einem etwas anderen Videoformat. Und zwar geht es heute um etwas Ernsteres. Ja, heute ist mal nicht so spaßig wie bei Let's Plays oder so, sondern ich will euch meine Kinderorganisation vorstellen, von der ich sehr gerührt bin. Ich war dort selber schon, also nicht ich war dort aufgenommen, sondern ich habe es dort mal besucht und wir haben auch dort schon gespendet. Und ja, worum handelt es sich? Es handelt sich um das Jugendzentrum Wema Centre in Kenia, Mombasa. Und ja, schaut euch einfach das Video an, danach werde ich vielleicht noch ein bisschen was dazu sagen. Ja, einfach mal viel Spaß und bis dann. Ciao.
Visit any city in Kenya today and you'll see children begging on the street. Most people's answer is to look the other way. But the children don't just disappear. If we turn and face this problem, it seems overwhelming. How hard must it be then for the children themselves? Their childhood has been taken away, but they can be given back their future. The Wema Centre, on the outskirts of Mombasa, is devoted to rehabilitating abandoned and orphaned children. They provide what children all over the world deserve: food, shelter, education, love and care. The life of a child on the streets of Kenya seems unbearably hard. But as many girls at the Wema Centre know, the reality is even worse.
My mom I quarreled with her because one day she came home when she was very annoyed. She beat me up and then she threw me away. I went out in the street for the first time. I stayed there for about 2 weeks and then I returned back at home. When I returned at home, things were more worse. My mom came when she was very drunk with some men. Sometimes she forces me to sleep with those men. I had to go back again to the street. Things were not easy for me. I was introduced to take drugs like smoking bangi and also sniffing glue. So we had to sleep with some men at least so that they can give you even 5 shillings to go and buy something to eat. And sometimes it was hard for me to sleep in the street. So you had to go, you pay a watchman, so at least he can give you a place to sleep. Or sometimes you have to sleep with him so that he can allow you to sleep there. When I was in the street, there was a day that I was with my friend. And then there were 2 big men from the street came and they called me. When one called me, he took me aside, far away from where my friend was. And then he forces me to remove all my clothes. And that is what I did. And then there was a watchman nearby. He came and then they raped me.
Wema's work starts on the streets. But these children are often very wary of strangers. Earning their trust only comes with time and patience.
By good luck, there was one man who was walking in the street. He was from Wema. He talked to me politely. He told me when I come to Wema Centre, I'll be able to read, I'll be able to get food, shelter and clothing. At first I thought he's just cheating me. Maybe he's after sex or what. But later I came to realize that he was serious. Then I decided to come.
Daily visits to the streets allowed workers from Wema to become familiar with the children and their needs. But street children are always on the move. The loose structure of the visits meant that some cases were difficult to follow up, and many children disappeared from sight. To tackle this problem, Wema has opened an outreach facility in central Mombasa. A child's health will suffer on the streets, and hunger often drives them to the drop-in centre. The feeding programme is fundamental to the project. It provides vital nourishment and vitamins that are missing from the children's diets. Each child is registered. Their health improves over time, and their progress is monitored. This data is used to build up a detailed picture of the scale of the problem. Art therapy and drama help the children open up. They're also useful tools for raising awareness. HIV/AIDS is rife on the streets, so it's important they learn about it now, before it's too late. Group counselling and one-on-one sessions help identify the particular needs of each child. Although the facility offers care and understanding, it's not a home for the children. Rather, it's a link to other organisations, hospitals, schools, and ultimately homes, a gateway to a better future. Some children may even be reunited with their families. If they have nowhere else to go, this is where institutions, like the Wema Centre itself, step in. There are nearly 100 girls permanently resident at the Wema Centre, but Wema doesn't just cater for girls. The centre also provides non-formal schooling for over 300 orphaned and needy children from around the immediate community. This gives them the basics they need to enrol in the mainstream education system.
I went through non-formal education in Wema before I was taken to a boarding school. And I came to know that I'm a child like any other child. So I worked hard and did what I can. And I performed very well. And I was very happy about it.
The children also attend a skills training programme, which seeks to identify their latent talent. Over the years, they develop these to a stage where they can consider professional employment. The centre doesn't just run itself. It has a wealth of experienced staff and dedicated volunteers who form long-term, caring relationships with the children. The Wema Centre has a palpable feeling of mothering, nurturing, heartfelt care. Love never fails. But Wema isn't a solution. It's a short-term answer to an overwhelming problem. But the problem still remains. Street children are marginalised and discriminated against. Even among the poorest of the poor, they're despised and shunned.
I feel that people, they are not caring, because sometimes I remember when you just beg somebody, please help me with 5 shillings. The person will abuse you and you'll just be left there crying.
Rejected by society, these children turn to the harsh reality of street culture, with its drugs, prostitution and crime, in order to survive. In the long run, these can be the people who become hardened criminals. If we don't attend to these problems now, they will cost us all in the future.
Okay, it's a combination of many things. For example, we have a lot of problems with health. We have issues like AIDS, malaria, and we find that orphans, children who are left behind, have nowhere to go. There's very little being done for them, except by NGOs and people like ourselves, who are obviously, limited in what they can do. So I think there should be a government program to support orphans. The other thing that can be done is programs that deal with income generation for mothers, especially single parents in the slums. I would like to see credit going down to the lowest level. We have microcredit, microfinance, but it doesn't seem to reach the beggar, the woman on the street. If that happened, and if they had a small line of credit to help them, start some form of a livelihood, I think it would make a big difference. There are many ways that people can get involved with this problem. Send money or support a particular child, like foster a child. Okay, people can still give donations, people can still bring food and clothes, but there's a limit to how much personal attention a child gets in an institution. So I advocate for people to take children to their homes. If people take a child from Wema or an institution where a child has been rehabilitated, then they don't have behavioral issues to deal with because they've been dealt with already. You can even decide, I'll do this for a year or 2 years, and that's it. Or you can say, I want to try. And after you've tried for a few months, you might even decide to adopt a child because maybe you fall in love with a child, or you discover it's not so hard after all. So it gives people the flexibility, which I think a lot of people need. The other thing that is not very common, but we appreciate, is specialized service, like nursing, teaching. It's so useful and so helpful. So people can also come in and support in terms of just volunteering their time.
Lord, I keep so busy praying.
Many of Wema's oldest girls volunteer at the centre themselves. It's part of a new programme known as the Halfway House. Based in the centre's grounds, it's the last step in the long process of rehabilitation. The girls can't stay at the Wema Centre forever. With guidance, they go through the process of managing a bank account and applying for further education and work placements.
Now I'm doing higher diploma in psychological counseling. I want to be a counselor, and I also want to help those who have suffered the same life that I have. And I also want to give hope to those who have lost hope. I will tell them that Wema Centre is the best place that they can ever be. And I will encourage them, if they get a chance like this, to work hard and forget about the past.
As the girls mature, they become role models for the young ones, who will follow them into the halfway house when they're old enough themselves. Each girl is given a monthly allowance. Working out their budget is now their responsibility. Ultimately, they have to overcome the challenges of leaving the institution that has nurtured them for so many years.
In Halfway, we are being taught on how to be independent by cooking for yourself, for the other girls, and also washing the clothes alone. We go to the market by ourselves, we do the shopping, and also sometimes we arrange groups going outside, we sing at the church, and also we meet at night, we pray together as a group. After going to Halfway, I'm now able to depend on myself. It has really helped me a lot, and I also hope that it will help the rest of the group. Yes.
We must find a resolution to prostitution, bringing confusion in our nation. There are homeless children, hunger beaten, have not eaten, count days on 10. They are selling their bodies to
Ja, ich hoffe, ihr habt euch den Film komplett angeguckt. Und ja, vielleicht hat euch das irgendwas in euch bewegt. Ich verknüpfe auf jeden Fall mal die Seite. Ich war dort, die Kinder sind so lieb, die Betreuer auch, alles herzlich. Die haben sich gefreut, dass man da war. Ja, wir haben auch Geschenke mitgebracht, wir haben ein paar Kekse und Luftballons hatten wir auch mit. Die haben sich über die Luftballons gefreut, die haben damit gespielt. Also die sind wirklich, die geben sich mit dem Niedrigsten zufrieden. Die sind nichts Höheres gewohnt, aber das finde ich einfach so beeindruckend. Ja, die sind glücklich mit dem Wenigsten, was möglich ist eigentlich. Aber, tja, man muss einfach hoffen, dass immer Geldgeber kommen, dass denen geholfen werden kann. Ja, wir waren nämlich in Kenia im Urlaub 2011 im Sommer und die veranstalten auch jeden Winter, veranstalten die eine Art halt ein Weihnachtsfest für dieses Wema Centre. Und ja, die Gäste von dem Hotel können halt spenden und das Hotel legt genau diesen Betrag nochmal drauf. Also quasi wenn die Gäste jetzt 1.500 € gespendet hätten, das war viel mehr, würde das Hotel auch nochmal 1.500 € drauflegen. Zu Weihnachten 2011 war es so, die Gäste haben sage und schreibe 12.000 € insgesamt gespendet. Also hat das Wema Centre insgesamt 24.000 € bekommen. Und das finde ich einfach so traumhaft. Ich hoffe, ja, vielleicht reist ihr euch auch mal hin, setzt euch mal mit euren Eltern zusammen. Ja, vielleicht könnt ihr euch dazu vielleicht sogar einigen, dass ihr was spendet. Müssen ja jetzt nicht gleich 100 oder 1.000 € sein, was ich. Selbst 50 € oder so, was weiß ich. Das würde schon helfen. Per Überweisung, das kommt definitiv an. Wir haben es ja auch schon gemacht, 2 oder 3 Mal schon. Und ja, was kann ich da eigentlich noch dazu sagen? Mal überlegen. Die schöne Musik im Hintergrund laufen lassen. Ja. Wie gesagt, denkt da mal drüber nach. Ich würde mich sehr freuen, wenn da auch was ankäme. Die haben übrigens auch auf Facebook und auf Twitter eine Homepage, also könnt auch mal die Seite liken und da vielleicht irgendein Video teilen oder was, wie ihr über diese Aktion berichtet oder wie ihr über dieses Center berichtet. Ja, ich habe, glaube ich, jetzt sogar im Hintergrund habe ich noch 2 oder 3 Bilder von uns, wo ich da war, mit laufen lassen. Das ist wirklich so schön und ihr habt ja auch gesehen, am Ende von dem Video war in dem Abspann, wo der Chor von denen gesungen hat. Das ist einfach nur atemberaubend. Naja gut, ich hoffe, ich konnte euch mal ein bisschen zum Denken überreden, was es erstens überhaupt nie tut. Nein, überhaupt nicht. Naja, ich verabschiede mich. Ja, ich bin jetzt wieder nachdenklich geworden. Ich bin euer ModernNoob 97 und ich bin raus, Leute. Ciao. Und damit wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Pfingstmontag.